is Jimmy Bartel. Matthew Lloyd.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. Two top four sides go at it, Jimmy, on Friday night at the Adelaide Oval. It's Melbourne and Port Adelaide. It should be a cracker, and you've seen some significant change that Ken Hinkley's gone to get them to this position. Yeah,
when you've been a coach for 10 years and obviously a number of preliminary finals, how do you keep evolving? How do you keep changing? You can change your game style, but what can help is the players that you use to help change it. Of course, we've got the two rising stars here, Butters and Rosie. They've gone from being half forwards, spending a little bit of time in the midfield, to first choice midfielders, and their numbers are helping Port Adelaide generate some attack from out of stoppages. Burn Jones, a magnificent defender, has been moving forward, hitting the scoreboard. Bonner, who is back, and now because of Dersma being out, spending time on the wing and hitting the scoreboard. And a couple of these other guys. Travis Boak is one that you like to see, and of course Jeremy Finlayson.
Well, what's made the biggest impact? Has it been those two, Butters and Rosie, in the midfield, you think?
Yeah, and their combination as well. You see them, they're both hard and tough, and both do it in different ways. Rosie's got a beautiful sidestep on him. Butters does a lot of things really well. He's good overhead, he's good at a ground ball, he can take his direct opponent on. And you see what this does. It actually helps them play the game in the forward half a lot more, because both of them are really positive in the way they want to play their footy. As soon as they get the ball, their first instinct is either take the tackler on or take the game forward. But they also do this hard stuff as well. Butters in particular, like I said, stuffs the stat sheet. Marks, tackles, clearances, kicks and handballs, has a real good balance in his game. And
Boak's been remarkable again, going out to a wing. I want to look at the ruck battle. I'm worried about Teakle in this game of football against the two guns. So you saw him last week. Even though they won easy, he got ragdolled by Todd Goldstein. So I just wonder, Scott Lysette hasn't been in great form in the leagues below. Do they bring him back against these two big boys? Because Teakle up against Max Gawn and Brodie Grundy, good luck in a big Friday night game. So obviously here's the other one. So Max Gawn, the way they're working, Jim, is even getting forward as well.
Kicking it to each other. Actually see where the mismatch is.
So this man's the X factor.
Yeah, and it's how you get the matchups right. Yeah, we've touched on Finlayson. He has the ability to actually get up and get a hit out. His stoppage craft, especially in the front half, is good. But he puts pressure on you on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, he's been one of the most improved players in the comp, so I think he should ruck a little bit more for his mobility. But this is the one I'm looking up to. The old Bulls v the young Bucks. How can these guys go? Look at the numbers still, 33, 9 and 7. They're far superior to these three, but that's where I'm going to look forward to see, can they take it up to the experienced Demons?
And it's important for these three in particular against the experience is make your disposals count. Last week, Christian Petrarca against Hawthorn had 5 goal assists. His kick inside forward 50. These three have got that capability as well.
I'm going Melbourne, Jim.
These just.
Yeah. We'll go to Ballarat. Western Bulldogs are taking on the Adelaide Crows, and the highlight for me has been the foot skills of the Adelaide Crows. Let's take a look at just how good their foot skills are, Jim. It's become superb. I think they're fit. They're making great decisions. Their skill levels improved as a result of some of their recruiting. But I want to ask you the question. They're playing in Ballarat. Will they have to change some of this for what the conditions may be like?
Yeah, I think at different times when they're forced to go slow, or if it is a bit tricky, those conditions, which can happen in Ballarat, is take the contest on and then maybe take a stoppage in the front half.
And use the hands potentially more.
And the good thing about it too, Lloydie, is every time their first instinct is to take the game forward. There's no lateral movement. It's break that one off from the 45, because look at the forward line you're going to. They're all dynamic in that front half.
One of the most underrated players in the game is Rory Laird, and you wanted to take a look at some of his vision.
Yeah, fantastic half-back flanker, all Australian, but this is what he does really well. He's just near you there. We'll get him at most stoppages. But again, quick feet, and he'll get on it again. He just sort of comes over to a stoppage, and I think players underestimate him, is his decision-making. Really quick, dynamic feet, gets himself out of trouble, and always makes smart decisions. I think those years playing half-back, here he is at the back there, little push-off through the stoppage, and away the Adelaide Crows go again. Again, you're watching the ball, he'll get into a better position than you.
Well, one of the dogs who found some form last week was Bailey Smith. It was good to see him back because he's one of the most important dogs in the game, and we talk about running. Here he is up at the contest here at the stoppage, Bailey Smith, and if you don't check his run, he will absolutely make you pay. It's brilliant to see him back, and then Arthur Jones gets it to him, so he's going to be a significant key to them, maybe making a finals charge. And this one, minute 22, Jim, on the clock, and again, watch No Blue checking his run and how he makes you pay.
Yeah, and he just keeps getting involved. He gets the next handball receive. That's work rate. That's what you want to see from an AFL elite midfielder.
I'm going the Dogs in Ballarat.
Yeah, I think they play well up there, the Dogs.
Last one, Carlton v Collingwood, and great clubs address their issues in the off-season. That's what Collingwood did. Their midfield clearance work wasn't brilliant. So they brought in a guy by the name of Tom Mitchell, and look at the difference that they've made from general clearances, 16 to 5th. But look down below, scores from clearances, 16 to 1.
Yeah, he and even his combination with Adam, swapping at half forward, they're always fresh on the ball. But as you highlighted, their ability to score now from stoppages makes them a real weapon, and playing to the guy's strengths. He's a clearance king.
Hawthorn didn't want him, but Premiership side may well this year take him, and he's been significant. Moving Dacos in there as well, Pendlebury, Crisp. They've got a lot more depth through there, but he's a pure clearance winner.
Yeah, he knows how to get off the ruckman's hands, how to set up players, and when you've got both Dacoses running off the side of him, De Goey as well, it actually just really highlights how dangerous he can be with the right people around him. And
you want to go through some unheralded pies, Jim?
Yeah, under the shade of the Dacos tree, as I call it. We're clearly focusing on this man. He's the Brownlow favourite, but I think some of these guys below us, we're just skipping on how good of a year these guys have had. De Goey, he's upped his possession rate, hitting the scoreboard. Josh, his brother, was All-Australian squad. He's now up to 27 touches a game. Noble, 22. Murphy just keeps doing his job. Big Meso had a field day on the weekend. And Johnson, he just plays that third forward, pinch hit in the ruck. And Myercheck again, 21 goals already after 9 rounds. We just sort of, these guys are going under the radar because of the big glow that this man provides.
Do they win easy, you think?
I think a goal better a quarter, yes.
Yeah, I agree. The last one we'll look at is Dreamtime at the G on Saturday night. And Richmond, are they back? Let's look at that. And some of their pressure, Jim. We did the game together on 3AW, but there was some big moments like this which you thought, how good is their pressure?
Yeah, this is almost their defensive and attacking highlight of the year. Look at this. Nothing's pretty. Bang. Next one in. Baker. Little kick-off out of mid-air. Nothing pretty about this, but the next number in, the surging and the composure, which will eventually end up in a Dustin Martin goal. Hugo Ralph-Smith. Look, this is just waves and number, and actually gets the crowd involved. You can feel the electricity in the air from this, and with the champ finishing off a magnificent team goal.
This was one of the plays of the year, and we were there. The roar of the crowd after this moment. This one was just what gets you back in a season here from Richmond.
Yeah, Baker again, he was like a missile that come in here. Jaden Short with the tackle as well. But the Richmond numbers and the noise that comes out of the Richmond supporter group when they're playing this way, you can see the players just lift to that level.
I wonder how tall Richmond will go in their forward line, because the major issue for the Bombers is their tall defender, and the last 3 weeks was Hawkins destroyed them at the MCG, where he was just too big and powerful. The week after, it was Charlie Dixon, who didn't kick a bag, but when it was there to be won, he was too big and too strong. And then last week, Joey Danaher kicked 6 goals against the Bombers, where they had no Ridley and Laverty, but I think that's the issue for them.
Do you think Essendon can get up over the Tigers?
I don't think so. I think the form I saw from the Tigers, they'll win in a tight one.
Yeah, I think the Tigers might be back.
Yeah.